Well, hello everybody. I want to welcome you all to Jesse Live. Tonight I have a special guest all the way from Saginaw, Michigan. Y'all please give it up for Demetrice Goss, who is the owner of the Falling Off the Bone brand. And I'm having him come on tonight because he's amazing. He is so hilarious when he does his blogging. He's a Facebook blogger, and I'm trying to convince him to get on YouTube and start doing some commentating and things of that nature. But we have a little bit of a scandal going on in our hometown right now. And I needed some support from Michi. So, Michi, just tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started with this.
I am Meech from Falling Off the Bone. We don't create the news; we just report the news. So anything that goes on within the city, it doesn't matter really, whatever it is, and it could be Flint, Detroit, anywhere, worldwide. Anything goes on where a person just kind of lose their cool and just flip out, lose their marbles, and fall off the bone. Hey, we're gonna do a report on it, and that could be in any way. It's so many ways you can fall off the bone. You could be a singer and miss all your notes and sound a mess, and baby, that's fall off the bone. Like, ooh, you ain't in the right key, baby. You got to get it together. I was just watching Kim Burrell today, saying
Not
how
her, not
yes, she was saying how everybody don't need to do runs, and you know, it's from the top note and the bottom note, and then everything in between. Like, and what one thing I can say, I get what she's saying because a lot of people do not know how to run, like how to hit runs when they singing, and it just be all over the place. Like, mm-mm.
But
But
I don't always like what Kim does either.
oh yeah, because she overruns
Yeah,
like
she sounds real ashy to me.
all the time to me. I used to think to myself like. Mm,
Hey everybody in the chat, thank you all for watching tonight.
a mess. But yeah, she always sounded kind of weird and strange to me sometimes. Some things she sounds good on, but sometimes it's overdone to me as
Yeah,
well. And she
yeah.
can
So
she can push dish it out, but she definitely cannot take it. I will
she
say that.
can't, she can't, and it's
She can't
annoying.
take it. But fall off the bone pretty much is just about whatever goes on. Like, sometimes people gotta check their pressures and see what it is, Ain't no
Yeah.
fun when the rabbit got the gun, as I always say. And whatever situation got that gun, oh, it's just like a hot mess.
Listen. We gonna talk about there's Bishop Chris Martin that's out of Flint, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a texting scandal. So a young lady by the name of Alexis Spite, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this information up really quick. Some kind of way. Now, do you know if she's a family member of
I
Bishop
think
Martin?
she may be the girlfriend. I could be wrong, but she may be the girlfriend of one of his sons. That that's how
Okay.
I was hearing it. One of the girlfriends. So she probably got the son phone, looked at the messages and stuff, and seen what was going on, and kind of like, man, I'm finna put this out here because they wrong. Which they were dead wrong. They were
They were
wrong.
there. Yeah, it was wrong. Some of the things that they were saying, and they were saying all kind of scandalous things. Him and his wife and a couple. It seemed like some of the church members
Yeah,
were,
his
making a
kids.
lot of. Yeah, his children also were making a lot of disparaging remarks about a lot of the parishioners there at the church, and and then tonight, Bishop Martin came out and made a Facebook apology, and we're going to play that in a little bit. Um, let's see here. So if you look at I don't know if you all can see the screenshot. Yeah, you can. All right. So Alexis had spread it out that that Bishop Martin had said pretty much that she was a whore, doing whorish behavior, hanging out with FAGS,
Man.
and the thing is, Bishop Martin just had a scandal there in Flint revolving making homophobic remarks himself when he was trying to get on the hospital board. And and then so you get over that hurdle, but then you still continue to make these nasty remarks in private. And the thing about Bishop Martin that is so draining to the whole situation is that this is the assistant bishop to J. Sheard, who is the presider. That's Karen Clark Sheard's husband. They're
Mm-hmm.
in Michigan Central North District or jurisdiction rather. And it's just like, Bishop Sheard, I hope that you come out and address this publicly also.
Yeah.
So yeah, because this is your assistant who's making nasty remarks, making the church look really bad. And let's see here. So what you think about it, Michi?
It was a hot mess to me. Like it was a hot mess, you know. I was going to inbox him as I typically do, and I still am going to be inboxing him.
Yeah.
What's going on? Let's have a talk. Because it's uncalled for. Like I have a real issue with the church community not judging, but it's like if you're living this word in this Bible and you
Mm-hmm.
want people to do right and do better,
Right.
y'all have to act accordingly. And it's like I see a lot where they just act the complete opposite of what it is that they preach. And
Right.
it's like y'all wonder why a lot of people run away from church is because y'all behavior, they see what y'all really are and they don't believe it because they feel y'all are faking because of how you acting or whatever. And so looking at it, it was just it was wrong on all levels because number one, you're leading people. People are coming to you to fix their life, to fix their problems, to get a better relationship with God. And you on this hand like mocking them almost, making
No, it
fun.
was he was definitely like mocking and making fun of. I saw some other messages that I can pull up right now, but
Yeah, and I saw many different things too. It's like you're condemning the people, you're judging the people. It's
mm,
just a lot going on, you know. Like even within that word of saying faggot, like she with
yeah,
them faggots or whatever. Like it's just certain behaviors you just expect differently out of a church family, a church
yeah,
first family. Like
and
you know,
And it's not just having just church family only, but he's a whole bishop. He's
yeah.
supposed to be the leader of that whole organ or that part of the organization. And you're
Hmm.
making nasty remarks. And then, if somebody is dealing with homosexuality in their lives, knowing that you're saying things like that, how would a person feel coming to your church?
Not only that, too, I seen in within the groups where somebody was getting ready to get married, a couple was getting ready to be married,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're discussing like, hey, are you going to affiliate the wedding and yada yada yada. And he's in this group chat discussing that those
Yes.
personal business with these people in his group chat. So it's like if I can't come get counseling from my pastor and share with him, and he's just discussing it like I might just tell them to find somebody else or however it went or whatever it
Yeah.
was that he said in there. It's like, man, are you not, trying to be the pastor for real, for real? Like, is there any truth to you being a pastor? Do you have any real feelings for these people? Do you really care for these people at all? Or is it just this? Like, that
Yeah.
to me, that makes me feel a way. And I know it's not all churches, but it's like you never know what one think about you
But
behind closed doors.
at this point, it's like it seems like it is all churches. It seems like
It's a
it's
lot.
everywhere.
It's happening a lot. It's happened a lot for real, for real. But
Yeah.
that's why I say I am me wherever I go. My mama always tell me one thing. She said, when you walk in the room, make sure you walk in as Demetrius. And me
Yeah.
and her know what that meaning be you, be yourself. Make sure you're dressed. Make sure you're together. Make sure you smell good. Make sure you walk in as you. So I'm the same me at church, at work, at home, wherever I go. I'm going as this same person. And to
Mhm.
me, they're clearly somebody different when they're standing up in front of the church versus at
Yeah.
home and relaxed in this group chat.
And then you got to think everybody doesn't have, a mother like what we have. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everybody doesn't have that. So some people they really they struggle with their sexuality and things of that nature, and instead of getting love and grace from people that are supposed to be in leadership, and I understand the thing that you're human and all of this and that, but at what point do you face the accountability? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it gets annoying because you're human when you sit up there and do nasty and vile things and say nasty and vile things about people. But then when somebody else is struggling with a sin or whatever have you, then they don't get grace. They get caught all these homophobic remarks and all of this and that. And it's like, how much is enough? Because he's, in his case, he's already been dealt with in the public eye several times. It comes down to these nasty remarks.
Yeah.
So, and Bishop Sheard, who is his leader, his right-hand man, actually, it's like, okay, when are you going to come out and you going to address this publicly? Because Bishop Sheard already is on the docket right now because he jumped up and took $75,000 from Target, who was under scrutiny from this DI stuff. So let's go ahead and watch the. Let's watch his apology tour. Let's see. Just 1 second.
That my family's private group chat was shared. I'm the pastor of Cathedral of Faith Church. And the words
and I will thank y'all all for
that were in that group chat
we have
hurt
a few
people.
Viewers here
And
on
I
the
own
channel,
all of it.
but I want to thank y'all so
I
much
apologize,
for your support.
and I
And make
repent
sure
to
you reach
everyone
out
who was
on
implicated
Facebook.
in
I
my
didn't get all
careless
Liljessye's
words.
Instagram information. Can you share that with everyone, please?
Things done in private still matter.
Yeah, share your Instagram.
As a pillar of this
all
city
my
and
platforms are my name, just Demetrice Goss, pretty much straight through.
been vocal about everything.
And do you have Cash App also?
With so many people.
Cash App, yes. My Cash App
I wanted to say that I owe you all an apology.
Meachy.
My family,
Goss.
we all owe you an apology.
All right, I'm
sorry
to inspire.
I'm sorry for what I've said carelessly because it has hurt people.
In the
never my intent to hurt anybody,
chat for us,
but I did.
Let's see here.
I take
I'm not
full
sure of why this is
responsibility
not
and accountability and ownership for my words and my actions. I pray that this community and both campuses of Cathedral of Faith Church
will
find it
we
in
need
their
an
hearts
A&B selection up in here, honey, because
let me work hard as
read me, because on YouTube the girls be trying to roast the gag, and I be like, honey, listen,
both of the congregations
you don't know me. We from the hood. We from Saginaw.
And we will roast
and
down
every surrounding
no
area
problem.
and anybody that's have worked with me or I've worked with. Or,
I don't know where you
please forgive me.
From, but,
I take full responsibility and I repent for my actions.
And so he
asking God to make me a better pastor.
So he just apologizing about whatever, pretty much because he got caught. Technically, that's it. That's all. And one thing I learned from people, when a person be so quick to apologize, that's a sign too, because you have to take the time to think about what you've done, think about what you said, and your actions. You haven't had enough time to think, to just be 2 days later, like, oh well, let me hurry up and get on top of this. No, it don't work like that. God don't work like that either. Like, you went and fell off the bone on Sunday, so we could hear from you next Sunday, but you probably afraid won't be no members and nobody left by the time Sunday rolled around. And I'm not shocked or surprised or even angry at him. I feel like that's the truth. That's one thing about falling off the bone. Let me see you in your truth. This is who you are. Now, that don't mean you belong in a position, because you clearly don't belong in a position acting this way. But you showed the world the real you. God exposed you.
Yeah.
And so
And
honestly, he needs to be stepped down at this point.
yeah, at least at the bare minimum, without a good faith, he needs a sabbatical. He needs just a little bit of time off, so that just in good faith, take a break, see the error of your ways, and then come back. You know, it's not the worst thing in the
And to be
world.
honest, too, I hope that he's able to come back and be able to resume within his church and his role, because like he said, he is human. People do make mistakes, but you got to have a moment to learn from them. If you don't learn from them, then it was all for nothing. And words are just words without no action behind it. You have to have meaning behind these things you said, and it just was too much. Like if you got one situation within this group chat, but 15 to 20, you just acting a plumb damn fool at this point.
It was that many people in that chat.
It was so many different scenarios that they were wrong in. Because it was another girl from Saginaw, Keandra Green, one of my friends. She posted and she was just like, she tagged him. Don't be speaking on me and what I can pay or whatever. And none of her
Oh
part was in that group chat. So it's a
wow!
whole lot more stuff that was there that wasn't shown yet.
Oh my
Um,
God!
but I'm gonna definitely reach out to him, and some of the family members. Me, I'll go get on the curb and get the word in a minute. So I'm gonna get out there and see what I can find out. Cause definitely, I get you did your apology or whatever. You told your church what you had, but I need to sit down with you and say, hey, what's going on?
So I found the other post that had more information on there. So let's see.
Hold up. Ooh, Jesse, I'm about to run out of time. Mama is calling me.
All right, well,
I
Michi, we
I
gonna
gotta get her to her movies to Jurassic Park tonight by 9:30. It's 9 o'clock. She's
all
sitting here
right.
looking at me like she crazy. But bring me back on for another episode or whatever. Let's get together, definitely.
Definitely. Thank you so much for coming on. I
No,
appreciate
thanks for
you.
inviting me. I would love to come in and share whatever with the people and your platform and support yours as well. Proud of you for what you're doing, your weight loss journey. A lot of people don't know this, but you went from a major weight loss journey, as well did I. Like we both did at different times, but it's like, oh, God did it.
Period, and he'll do it
Like
again.
God did it.
I need another 20 chat.
I said the exact same thing. That exact number, 20 more. I'm like,
20.
literally. That's wild. That's
Yeah.
wild.
So
But all
all
right,
right.
definitely get with me.
All right, y'all enjoy y'all night and thank you
All
so
right.
much for coming up.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you,
Bye.
friend. All right. Ooh, child, y'all. So we about to just go in here really quick and look at some more of these comments that were said against the people. Honey. As y'all can tell, I'm a little nervous, honey. I haven't been on in a little while, so y'all be saying, oh, you used to go on YouTube and stuff. And I'm like, girl, I don't want to come on here like that. Like, I be so nervous. This technology be having me looking like William McCray, honey. And then William McCray get his ass up there trying to roast and gag and trying to sit up with every tight big ass as if they can read. Talking about some, I be scratching. Girl, I don't nobody be scratching but your funky ass. But let me stop. All right, so because I said I wasn't even gonna go there tonight. But y'all, this is like, bro, really, I ain't even responding to that right now, for sure. But yeah, this is just a whole bunch of mess. Just a whole bunch of mess. Like, honey, what's up with the Church of God in Christ and all of this mess going on? Why are they so, now this lady, I went to school with her daughter, and she's the sweetest person ever. She is the sweetest person ever. And they was just over there like roasting her down. And it's like, is this how these bishops really be acting? Is these how these pastors be acting? Talking about the parishioners, the people that pay their tithes every week, the people that you pray for, and you sit over here dragging them like a big old queen. These people, I mean, calling people whores. I mean, it's just ridiculous posting people's pictures. And you're supposed to be an example of God. You're supposed to be praying for people. And I understand again, you're supposed to be human, but how much humanity do you mugs have? I want to cut. I ain't talking about nothing. I ain't hey St. James. Hey everybody. Oh, I feel so famous. But it's like, how much humanity do we have out here? How much grace do we have? But even God runs out of grace, world. And y'all just keep, and then the thing about it is, it's not that big of a deal for some people. He came out and apologized tonight. It's not that big of a deal for some people. But when it does turn into a big deal, this is the same response that we get. We get a little $2 apology, a little Facebook post, a little AI generated Facebook post. That's all we get. And then you're back on the pulpit the next week. You don't get sat down, but let somebody have a baby. Let somebody have a sex scandal that's outside of leadership. They getting sat down. And it's not right. It's unfair. It's unjust. And how much do we have to put up with this lack of accountability? And then we wonder why there is no accountability within the Black community as a whole. It's coming from the top down, boo. Hey, boy. Hey, Miranda. Hey, everybody. Like, how much do we have to put up with? St. James. I just saw your post. And I'll drink to that. All right, y'all. I'm not about to be on here. I was nervous. This was my first time back in like a year. So I'm about to get it together. I know everything didn't pop off the way I wanted it to pop off. However, I will be back. As you can see, I'm in a new setup right now. So this is, y'all will see, and I'm about to start doing way more content. My channel isn't even going to be focused on church topics. Like, this is draining me just talking about this. I did not want to do church topics, but since there was something popping off in my hometown, I wanted to talk about it a little bit, and I knew somebody that knew a little bit about the situation, so I brought them in. But I'm going to be doing other topics because I'm like, I don't be wanting to talk about church like that. Like, I can talk about it a little bit because, it's, whatever. But I'm really not interested in talking about church topics like that. Because, for one, unlike some people, I'll admit, I go to church. I grew up in church. But after the age of 17, after high school, I kind of stopped going. So I don't have that adulthood experience, that real deal church experience. So everything that I have related to church is from age 18 back. I know enough just to get along. If y'all haven't caught on yet. I know enough just to get along. I need to be better versed in my Bible in order to talk about church topics. That's just how I feel. Some people can get on here and they can just, all they can quote is the Pay Sisters, but that's all y'all can quote is, the Pay Sisters, because you watch one episode of Iana Fix My Life, girl. And you acting like you were the bishop of the world, honey. And you really are not. Wow, I look so like, I think it's the color of this light that's making me like look more like oily or something. I'm not like sweating. Well, I'm a little sweaty. But yeah, I'm not really like well versed in church enough to come on here and talk about church. I'm not gonna be like Jobs. Jobs was he was an elder in the church up through his 20s or 30s. St. James is the minister of music. Tarsha Goebel, she's the minister. I'm not gonna, even William McCray, me and her are like, like, girl, we can, whatever, But I just feel like I'm not gonna be like giving church sector at all. I feel like that's for the people that need to talk about that. So I'm gonna be talking about pretty much like what I want to talk about. I'm gonna be talking about my life a little bit, talk about a little bit of, celebrity culture, talking about a little bit of church, but not much. Like it's not. Don't come over here expecting that I'm gonna be over here talking about just it's not gonna be giving St. James Jr. at all because that's just not my ministry. I talk about a little bit if it's something that's high, something that I can relate to, but don't expect me to be on here talking about that. But yeah, I'm gonna be uploading a lot more videos. So some of y'all may know, like I'm a senior at Wayne State University right now. So school be taking up a lot of my time. I would have been on here, but I would have been on here a lot more, but school does take up a lot of time. It drains me so much, honey. So, and having a full-time job, it's a lot. So, but I'm off right now for the summer. So I said, well, while I'm off right now, I'm gonna start doing a lot more content, start, just coming on, doing what I want to do. If it's something important, I'm probably gonna do lives here and there. I don't really want to do it like a lot of lives because I get hella nervous. Like I like to edit a lot. Like I'm a perfectionist, so I've been wanting to go back and edit stuff. I want to do a video. I'm in the middle of doing a video. I'm going to show like the whole room right now because I'm in the middle of construction. But I just moved places like last month actually. And so the room that I'm in right now is about to be my new space to create content. So all of this back here is wallpaper, honey. I'm coming like real deal, like can't nobody say nothing about nothing because I have an actual studio. So, and I got some other things up the pipeline. I'm not going to really express all my secrets and just tell everything like I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. You just see it when you see it. Inspire had came into my inbox on Instagram and she was like, oh, hey, you need to make a reel about X, Y, and Z. I was like, boo, I'm in the middle of doing something right now. Like, but you'll see it when it'll come out. So, that's me. Like, I always work in silence. And then I just drop when I drop. Period. I don't do all this. I'm finna. Because, that invites in to me, that invites in a lot of negative spirits. It be allowing the devil to come in and hijack your plans. And I'm just not one to, you don't need to know everything about what I'm doing, honey. I share enough to get by, okay? And y'all still don't know half of my tea. Y'all don't know half of what I got going on. You don't know nothing about me, okay? I share enough for y'all. Like, nobody really knows me. Maybe one or two people that know me. But most people, they think they know everything, and you don't know. You don't know nothing about what I got going on, and I like it that I'm alone. I don't like one person or one group of people knowing everything about me. You don't need to know everything about me, okay? So, but we're just gonna cut this off a little bit early tonight. I wanted to kind of go into some other things, but Michi had to get off. He's a very good speaker. I want to have him back whenever he wants to come on. I just ask that you all pray for me, and I'll pray for you. And let's just all keep each other lifted because the way the world is going, honey, the way the world is going, Black people, we need to stick together. Christians need to stick together. Anybody that is positive and doing, trying to create a greater good for the rest of the world, we need to stick together because, girl, we got. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I will be back. I think I'm trying to come back and do another video sometime this week. It's probably not going to be a live, like you'll just see what you see. But I got a lot of ideas. So, and y'all have a happy 4th. Stay safe. And I will talk to y'all later.